Just you had a night to just kind of sleep on it and think about it. I just wanted to get your thought on what happened last night when you guys looked like you were so in control of the game, and kind of just all slipped away from you in 6 minutes.
Yeah, really good for 40 and really bad for 20. Ultimately that's what it came down to. Where to get away from us, obviously the kill. Can't put ourselves in that position. You got a 2-goal lead in the third, and we take a couple penalties, and we got to find a way to get a kill. Giving up 3 is obviously not good enough. So, yeah.
Right side front row, Ryan.
Ryan, you were part of a penalty kill last year that was, it was the backbone of your team in a lot of ways. And obviously the numbers, aren't great. You guys are struggling with it. Can you maybe just try and give us a sense of how, it's not easy, but you can go from being at that level to where you're at and the fine details and kind of the search to sort it out, what that looks like?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. Obviously, it's an important thing. Last night it clearly cost us the game, and we kind of struggled to start this season, and then we kind of found it again. And like you said, in the playoffs last year, it was made a huge impact for us positively, and we know that we have the ability to get back there. It's about finding it, it's about working together, and sometimes power plays are going to make plays, and you got to be able to react and do your best to stop them from making those easy plays. But sometimes they're going to make plays, and you got to find ways to bounce back.
Right side back row, Corey.
Connor, in terms of maybe staying out of the box in the third period, is it more difficult to do that when a team is pushing in the third when they're behind and you're ahead and you're trying to defend a lead? Is there anything you're trying to do stylistically to combat that?
No, we've been good with leads for the most part all year. So it's not a trend, it's not a trait or anything like that. It's just, we'll call it a one-off. Stick penalties that are avoidable. Some weak ones too. I didn't necessarily believe that all of them were maybe penalties, but that's the game, and so ultimately we got to find a way to get a kill in one of those, 2 of those, whatever. Just to give ourselves a chance. So ultimately, there's a lot of positives that come out of last night. Would love to find a way to turn that into a win. We didn't. We move on, and we'll be ready for game 2.
Left side front row, Dan.
Connor, you guys have lost a lot of game ones over the years, but you've come back to win a lot of these series too. Can you explain that, and what is it about the psyche of this team that allows you to have success when you've been in those scenarios?
Yeah, I've been really good in high pressure situations, high pressure games. Game 2 would be one of those. Where we got to find a way to get a win here. As I said, a lot of positives come out of game 1. Didn't find a way to get a win. I don't think we need to change a whole lot. I think, we get a kill or 2. That game's maybe different, as we've said all along, and look forward to game 2. It's a great opportunity for our group.
Second row, Nick.
Connor, feature question. So Corey Perry, 40 years old. He's played 4th-line role. He's even played with you. How at 40 is he able to play so many different roles?
Well, he's just so smart, such a smart player. Play him up and down the lineup, and he gives you everything he's got, and is effective in many different situations and roles. So obviously a guy that's seen it all, knows exactly what it takes, and knows what's expected of him, and where he's slotted in the lineup. Whether that's on the 1st line, 4th line, power play, whatever it is, he knows what's expected and delivers time and time again.
Front row, Mark.
So Ryan, we've seen your power play, for instance, when you guys get going and really start to click and expect to score, goals do come. What about on the PK? Is this a strategic thing? Is this an X and O's thing that has to get figured out? Is this a guys not stepping in the lanes that they used to step into? Is this is it mental? Where do you go to start to put this thing together?
I mean, it can be a confidence thing for sure, like anything in hockey. When you're rolling, you're feeling good, good things happen, and it's obviously 5 guys, including Stu, that need to be on the same page and working together. One thing about our kill is we're a fast-paced kill. We don't give a whole lot of time to other power plays, and I don't really feel like that was the issue last night. I think they took advantage of 3 quick plays that happened, but it's something that is going to make an impact. It is being quick, limiting time. Obviously, when you got good players feeling the puck, they want time and space, and we try to take that away from them, and that's important for our kill. Confidence is a huge thing in all aspects, so we can't dwell on this one. We know we need to be better. We understand that, and we're going to try to do our best to do that.
Right side back row.
Connor, Game 3, the second round didn't end the way the Oilers wanted it to, but then responded with probably their best game of the series. And so how much do you draw on that going into Game 2, that experience?
Yeah, this group's always responded to these types of situations pretty well, and I'd expect the same tomorrow night. As you said, we've had disappointment through various different runs, various times in these playoffs, and have responded really, really well. And as I said, I expect us to do that again tomorrow night.
Back row, David.
Hey, this could be for either of you guys. In talking to some of the Dallas players, they said they were pretty frustrated at even strength versus you guys last night. What are you guys most pleased about, what you guys were able to do? You won basically by every metric at even strength last night.
I mean, I think we did a good job of putting pressure on their D and making sure as forwards we were coming back hard and limiting their time and space to the neutral zone, and our D-men were standing up well. So playing our fast-paced game, and we were a fast team, and we can use that to our advantage offensively, but I think even more importantly defensively. So it's something that we're going to keep harping on is having everybody come back hard and using our speed.
Anything else? Last one, Derek.
Ryan, just building on that, the Game 1's always kind of a feeling out process. You want to see what you have against the other. What did you learn about your team against them last night that you can use moving forward to Game 2 tomorrow?
Well, I think we did a good job not tiptoeing our way into the game, just playing fast and playing hard and not making things easy, and it's something that we're going to have to do all series. Obviously, they're a good team that takes advantage of little mistakes and any opportunities you give them. So it's about playing them hard, playing them fast, and like I said, last night we did a good job not just kind of wading into it, and it's going to be even more important tomorrow.
Connor, you guys know what the formula for a great penalty kill looks like. Obviously, last season the numbers were pretty crazy in the playoffs. Yet it's a pretty far cry from that this year. Can you maybe just talk about how fine the line can be and the search to try and find answers here for a penalty kill that's struggling?
Yeah, I think you know, our penalty kill has got better as each series has gone on, but you know, we need to make we need to make changes early here and make sure we're on our toes a little bit. It is it's wild how it can change. You know, we can be such a strength and then go into these lulls, but you know, we're a resilient group, so you know, we'll make sure we respond.
In the middle, Nick.
Corey, I say this with respect. So at the end of the game, I mean, you take down Bichsel. He's huge and he's half your age. What happened in that moment, and what does it say about sort of the fire, the physicality that you still have at 40?
The incident, I mean, it was just a scrum. He was there. You know, you play this game to win, and you know, sometimes you get pissed off, and things happen. I'm not gonna lie. You know, but I mean, I don't take anything from that last night. You move on, and you know, we lost the game. We get ready for tomorrow, and that's it.
In that same row, Derek.
Hey, Connor. Just a couple for you. First off, how you doing? We noticed that you haven't been practicing in the last little while. You're doing okay. And second question is, what did you learn from your group about Dallas last night that you can kind of take the positives into Game 2 and try to get that win tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I'm fine. Yeah, just a little bit of maintenance, but yeah, I think I think we did a lot of good things. I think we skated well. There's areas of the game that I think lean towards us, and I think that we're a confident group, even though down one here. So, but at the same time, they're a dangerous group. They got a lot of firepower, and they can capitalize on their chances. So, checking's really important for us, and making sure we're limiting those.
Front row, Mark.
Connor, I'm going to be the bad guy here. The PK, it's not just a yesterday thing, right? You guys are 62%. You've let in 14 power play goals. The other 3 teams combined have allowed 16 in these playoffs. How urgent are we here on this PK? How much are guys behind the curtains thinking, like, this thing's got to get figured out? You can't win a cup at 62%, or I wouldn't think you could.
Yeah, of course it needs to get figured out. Yeah, I mean, of course, anytime you have a hole in your game, you're looking at it. We're not shying away from it. We're not just pretending it's going to get fixed without attention to detail and accountability. So there's a lot of accountability in that room, top to bottom. So, like I said, our PK has improved over the series as the series has gone on, but we're going to have to make sure it gets going right from the get-go here and respond from that.
Front row, Daniel.
Corey, you played a lot of playoff games and been in a lot of different series. This team, although you haven't been here very long, has lost a lot of game ones, but has done a really good job of rebounding. Can you explain kind of what goes into kind of recouping and regrouping, rather, after losing a game one?
You don't want to go down 0-2. It's simple. But I think guys, after last night, the way that it went down, what happened, you respond, and everybody's got that, that feeling of we let one slip away, and a little upset this morning, and so you use that, and you go out tomorrow and use that to your advantage. You play harder, you do the little things a little harder, and the bigger things are going to happen. I don't know the history about this team losing game one a lot, but I've heard about it. I don't know. I haven't looked into it or done it, but it doesn't matter where you are. That second game's important. You start on the road. You're hoping for a split, and we have that opportunity tomorrow.
Back to Nick in the middle.
Corey, so last night Tyler Seguin talked a lot about their sense of urgency, but this is the 3rd year in a row they've been here, haven't gotten where they want to go. Got to seize this opportunity. For you individually and for the Oilers as a team, what's your side of that? Right, just a sense of urgency to take advantage of this shot.
I don't what do you you're asking me what?
Well, yeah, honestly, you've gone through a lot of heartbreak, right, in recent years, and just the sense of urgency. Can you describe that? You got a great team that can win it.
Yeah, you don't get this opportunity too many times, and there's reasons for that, and this league is so good that you have to take that opportunity and run with it, and you have to be urgent. You have to be in the moment, present, and take advantage of where we are. There's only 4 teams left. Everybody else is at home, watching. So you can go out and do something special.
Right side, front row, Ryan.
Corey, I just wanted to ask you about discipline, kind of as a team, how you make sure that you guys regulate yourselves properly on that front, but also when the penalty kill is struggling for kills, does it make it a little bit hard to play on that edge that sometimes you need to be at your absolute best because you're trying not to take those penalties, so a bit of a balance there?
Well, I don't think it's been our edge that's taken penalties. We talked this morning. There's been a lot of stick penalties that we've taken. And if you cut those back, you cut down on what these guys do, going out and killing the penalties, and you could probably have a better number on the PK because these guys are getting overworked because of our penalties, and but at the same time, you still have to play on the edge. You still have to play hockey. You still have to do what the Oilers do, and that's our game.
Derek.
Hi, Chris. A couple for you. First one, is there any chance Matthias Ekholm plays tomorrow?
No, he's not ready.
Second one is, you have such a mature group. This was a tough loss because a lot of guys felt they let it slip away. How confident are you in their ability to kind of rebound from something like this? Maybe, a few years ago when they were younger, it would have been tougher, but this is such a mature, experienced group, they can just put it past you and move on.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, they weren't as mature and hadn't had the experience, and also the team wasn't as good as they are now. So, it was heartbreaking the other night, but we've had some heartbreaking games through this stretch. Whether that was Game 1 against LA, I believe it was Game 3 against Vegas. Kind of get more heartbreaking than that. Last year, the way things went, I think we'll respond and put in a good effort. And I think there was a lot of positives from the other night, but there's always room to get better.
Left side, front row, Dan.
Chris, as Derek kind of alluded to, game ones haven't been too kind to this team. I think they're lost 4 of 6 since you've been the coach, and it extends far beyond that. I just wonder how you turn the page, and as a coach, what you kind of look for in terms of readjusting this team heading into a game 2.
I think there was a lot of positives, so I don't think that we're going to change our game plan. I don't think we need to alter things a lot. There are things that we can get better at. And, one is we know Dallas is a very good team. A couple areas where they're dangerous and they're on the rush. They score a lot of goals off the rush. So we need to make sure that we're not putting them in a position to have success there. And the other position they're really good in is the power play. Their power play has been really good, especially the second half of the regular season and into the playoffs. And they've really capitalized on that. And obviously the big story last night was the power play goals that they scored in the third period. So we need to try and eliminate those 2 things.
Right side, back row, Corey.
Chris, you guys have mentioned earlier today, a lot of stick fouls in the third period leading to the power plays. Is that a byproduct of a team that's pushing and the Stars in the third? And how do you combat that, knowing that, ideally you want to be defending hard in the third period?
Yeah, the more time you defend, the more time you're in a position to take penalties. And, I don't... I'll get away from that. No criticism on the officials or anything, but just our position on power plays for and against, stuff like that. But when they push, you're in a position to defend, and you're getting vulnerable to having to take a stick infraction or any kind of infraction. And the more we can possess the puck, the more we can spend in the offensive zone, less likely we're going to be spending times that we're going to take penalties, or certainly I hope we're not taking penalties in the offensive zone. They're a good team, 5-on-5, exceptionally well on the power play. We have to make adjustments to, one, get better on the penalty kill, but also giving them fewer opportunities.
Front row in the middle, Mark.
Chris, you guys have been under the hood on this PK for most of the season, and you found some solutions and had some good stretches, but it keeps kind of going south on you at some point. Here we are in the playoffs at 62%, which is, as you would probably say, is not good enough. Where are you on that in terms of urgency? And I guess, or do you have any new ideas left for something you've been working on for a long time here?
I think, our staff, we talk about the penalty kill or any system quite a bit, and we are always trying to make adjustments. And I think through the first 2 rounds, we've done a pretty good job of making adjustments that are needed against whether it was LA's power play, which was very good. Vegas had an exceptional power play all season long, and I think as the series went on, in both those series, it got better. And I think it's important for us to make adjustments, which we will be making some adjustments. But also, that being said, I think we spent 40-odd seconds in the defensive zone, and that led to 3 goals against. So, sometimes there's the luck factor, and sometimes it's just breakdowns or whatever it is. But for the 4 kills that we had and the amount of time that we spent in the defensive zone, I'm going to say that we're close, but there are things that could be just a little bit sharper.
Stay in that same row, Ryan.
Just following up on that, and I don't expect you to give necessarily deep specifics on it, but in your experience this year, has it been, is it small details? Is it shooting lanes and such, or has there been a theme to it as it sort of aggregates?
No, I don't think there's any theme to our
penalty kill when we're giving up goals, because I think Mark Stewart does a great job adjusting to what we need to do. And I also think our players are very receptive on correcting mistakes, any adjustments that we have to make. I think they're great at doing that. So if it was a theme that continues on, then I would say we've got a problem. Then we have to change our personnel. We have to change our system. Right now, it's just a little bit of everything. So that's it.